Hiya folks, today I'm going to give you a review of the movie Midsommar, directed by Ari Aster. Now, for any of you who have seen horror movies in the past, which I'm sure is many of you, you will know that they usually kind of take place at night or in kind of dimly lit, gloomy settings. Not so with Midsommar, which apart from the opening act, which takes place in America, pretty much the entirety of the movie is set in Sweden, far enough north in Sweden that almost the entirety of the movie is bathed in the glare of the midnight sun. The film features an amazing performance by the charismatic actress Florence Pugh. She plays Danny, who's a young woman in a failing relationship with a man called Christian, played by Jack Rayner, in another outstanding performance. And Jack is set to break up with Danny until an awful family tragedy befalls Danny, meaning that he feels duty bound not to end the relationship. Fast forward a few months, and he reluctantly asks her to come with him and his friends on a summer trip to a remote Swedish community called Midsommar. And yes, that is the correct spelling on the DVD. It is spelled Midsommar, not Midsummer. For a secret festival that takes place once every 90 years. And they only know about this festival because one of the group, called Perry, comes from this community and has invited along Christian's friends. And by the way, Christian's friends are definitely not happy about him bringing along his depressed, clingy girlfriend. In fact, they're a rather unsympathetic lot, quite kind of boorish kind of bunch of guys. Initially, Danny enjoys this festival with its kind of strange traditions and quaint robes. And in fact, the movie really takes quite a long time establishing this. We are lulled into this false sense of security. There's feasts and music and dance, and not a few hallucinogenic mushrooms consumed. That all makes it seem like an idyllic, if somewhat weird, summer haze. But anyone who has seen Aster's previous film, Hereditary, will know that this can't last. And gradually troubling images, behaviours and rituals start to bring a creeping sense of dread, all the more unsettling because the movie's really taking its time to establish the sunlit beauty of the location and the seeming niceness of the people that live there. From that point, the film becomes this increasing crescendo of savagery and violence, ending with a truly horrific climax that more than justifies the movie's 18 certificate. So this is not a film for the faint of heart. And it's something which both the trailer and the cover of the DVD give you no clue is coming, so I won't spoil the surprise for you here. I should also note the amazing use of music in this film. It absolutely plays an integral part to the plot, and the queasiness, the kind of really sort of queasy mood of proceedings. And Ari Aster has clearly crafted this project from the get-go with his composer. He would have had to have him involved right from the start because the music and the images are so intrinsically linked. And the composer, Bobby Krillick, has done an amazing job, and he really elevates this film to a new level in kind of a similar way to what Christopher Nolan and Hans Zimmer did with the film Dunkirk, where the soundtrack and the images were also sort of completely of a piece. Now, I'm slightly unwilling to say what I think this movie is for fear it might influence your own reaction. This has been described as a horror, and certainly horrific things happen in it, but it also has a deeply black comic satirical thread running through the whole movie. And there are many moments where I didn't know whether to be appalled or laugh out loud, and the fact that I kind of felt myself doing and feeling both really just added to the unease I felt watching the movie. Now, the director, Ari Aster, has described this as a breakup movie, and indeed it could be seen as a breakup movie, although a demented one. And you're also left at the end of the film wondering whether Danny has been empowered by what she has experienced or driven to insanity by the horrific cultural indoctrination that she may or may have not gone through. And, you know, any kind of quick read through of the many opinion pieces generated by this film generates an often contradictory array of reactions to the carnival of horrors within this fantastically sinister and self-aware movie. It clearly owes a debt to The Wicker Man, but it's far more mischievous a movie than that. I can't say whether I think you will enjoy it, largely because I'm still unsure of my own reaction to it. What I can say is that this will live on in your memory for a long time after you have seen it, and it's destined to be a future classic, and it's available to rent from Kingston libraries.